for today's Cup of Coffee with Scream.
The cup of coffee.
We're recording this on the evening of September the 21st, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a historic day. And the memorial service for Charlie Kirk occurred today.
It did.
And it lasted, I think it was like close to 10 hours.
Wow.
Kid was called into work, so he didn't get to listen to the service and stuff, but it was incredible. And, you know, it's amazing because there was a lot of people over on X and places like that lost, you know, subscribers or followers or whatever they call them, simply because they made reference to Christ. And that's not unusual. It's been like that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And that Charlie Kirk was very much, first and foremost, he was a Christian.
Yeah.
And what we saw today basically was the beginnings of revival.
Oh, heck yeah.
And this is something that a lot of us have been praying for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And to see Charlie Kirk's widow and the struggle that woman went through. I mean, it was hard enough for her to go through that traumatic event of witnessing her husband's assassination.
Yeah.
But to stand up there in front of the world and to forgive the young man that committed this heinous crime.
Yeah. I mean, that's
what Christians are called to do. It's not like we have a choice on that.
Mm-hmm.
We are commanded to forgive. And it's not easy. And you can struggle with these things. But she said that, I mean, this young man was 22 years old, and he had gotten into a situation that could have happened and has happened to many others like him. And that he was the type of kid that Charlie was trying to reach.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these disenfranchised kids that they've grown up in bad situations as far as loneliness, despair, different things like that, especially with millennials and Gen Zs. And he was giving these kids hope as opposed to the rhetoric and the brainwashing and indoctrination that's been going on everywhere. Those of us that are older, we see it. We know it for what it is. Well, a lot of us do. Mm-hmm. But it amazes me how many older people have bought into the lie also. And it's
a lot of people that's...
Yeah.
And hopefully God is starting to lift the veil of their eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was as far as the veil being rent. I was told that years ago. And it's amazing also how many people... And it really shouldn't be that surprising that if somebody uses a scriptural reference, some of that used to be common knowledge, and it's not common anymore. And that's just like oldest kid was talking about, I don't know, some of his circle of friends that he was discussing, maybe in Moses and, you know, with the plagues and stuff like that. And that young man had never heard it before. I know even when I was still counseling, I mentioned about Moses, and that child had no idea who Moses was.
See, that's...
Yeah.
Even in Bible school, that's like one of the first things that we learn about.
Sure. But you've got these kids that they were never taken to Bible school. For a variety of reasons, the schools are not teaching that separation of church and state. Yeah, that's worked real well. That has worked real well. Yeah. And some of the people, they don't remember Madeline Murray O'Hare and the push to get the 10 Commandments out of school and prayer out of school and everything. And yeah, that's part of what got us where we are today.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know... Secular humanism is hedonism. It puts the individual as their own God. And that's always a dangerous position because they're not qualified flat out.
Traditions for modernity.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of times with these heinous things that have been going on, my response over on X, a lot of times it's like, well, this is what a lot of people wanted. They wanted Christianity out of America. Okay, and so
And look at what we got.
Yeah, you got a post-Christian America. How do you like it? You got what you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That in some of these urban areas, people can't even walk down the street. That you've got some of these other belief systems coming in, and it's like, let's face it, you've got in some of these areas, some of the Islamic and Muslim coming in with Sharia law. That is not compatible with Western civilization. Look at the UK. It has nothing to do with xenophobia or anything like that. It has to do with reality. Mm-hmm. That some of these, it doesn't mix.
Right. It's like 2 plus 2 doesn't equal fish.
Right. Right. And so it's a matter of, one of the prayers that I pray frequently, it's straight out of AA. Dear God, please restore us to sanity. We know that you are the only one that can restore us to sanity.
Mm-hmm.
He's
the only one.
The amount of evil in the hearts of some people that they would, if somebody was, nobody's saying that you have to agree with Charlie Kirk or anything like that. But most people had enough sense, at one time would have had enough sense not to be putting this stuff online. And that some of these people that have done this have said these horrible, hateful things, mm-hmm. then act surprised when they're getting blowback for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, well, isn't it the consequences of my own actions?
Exactly. Because Christianity is not, it's not passive. It is not. It is a matter of forgiving. But that does not mean that you have to sit there and let somebody hit you again. No.
Right. You do not have to let somebody abuse the fuck out of you.
No, you don't. But one of the main things that I saw was a whole lot of resolution. And that is a firm decision to do or not do something. And depending on which side people chose, they've become very resolute. But I've seen a lot of people with the response that they saw, they're like, this is horrible. This is evil. I don't want to be part of a group of people that would be like this. Good.
Yeah. It's like, why would you want to be in a group like that?
Right.
It's like, do you not know what this group entails?
Well, it's like, by their fruits you shall know them. And that includes good and it includes evil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the spirit was very much present. And like I said, this was, broadcast all over the world. I don't even know if there's any way to calculate the number of viewers on all that. I really don't.
I don't know. I'm sure there is a way, like, somehow a signal gets put into like a TV station or something and they collect that. I don't know. But like watching Charlie Kirk's widow standing on that stage, and the tears, her crying,
her trying not to, and to do what still needed to be done.
Well, it's like, well, she was crying when she had to hug Trump.
Yeah. Because then like she didn't have to put on the brave face at that point.
Right. And Trump acted like a father to her.
Yes, he did. There. Yes, he certainly did.
That's good on him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, God love her. This situation is just like, it is traumatizing for her. But she is a strong person to do her best to give that speech.
Because she knew that this was bigger than them.
Yeah.
This was about an individual, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
This was a reawakening on a lot of levels. Like I said, people have this really weird concept of what it means to be a follower of Christ.
Right.
And some of that has come from some of these churches that were not good stewards, and they were not good examples. And for some of these people that are coming into the churches, and it's like, if you take on that mantle to say that you are a pastor or whatever it is, you better know what you're doing. This is not a matter of going through college and learning how to write a sermon and have them in your filing cabinet for the next 10 years.
In APA format.
Yeah, you've got to be able to deal with the moment. You've got to be able to do that on an individual basis. You better have, if you are one of the larger churches, you need to have people that are actual ministers. I've seen this stuff done poorly. And it's not hard. It's not hard. If you've got somebody new that comes in, go and greet them, talk to them. Make sure that they have basic needs. Do you have food, clothing, and shelter? If they say no to any of those things, have the resources that you already know that can fill those needs. It doesn't have to be that hard.
Yep.
And to sit there, and if it's somebody that's struggling, you could have different phone numbers. If you need somebody to talk to, call this number. Yeah. So I hope they're ready. And I hope that these people that are going into the churches, if they had a bad experience at one, go to another one.
Yeah. It's okay to church hop.
Uh-huh.
You got to find the one that vibes with you.
Yes. And if none of them do, then we have the greatest tools available that you can do your own research. You all know that I loved Michael Heiser. There's other people that I have, had as teachers, online teachers, for a lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of me. That's my responsibility. I know that I'm going to be held accountable for what I do and what I say. And we're not talking about the occasional, blue word. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about either you speak words of love and comfort and encouragement. And sometimes that means telling somebody the truth, even when it hurts. Rather than knocking somebody down when they're already at the bottom.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Right.
And I've seen so many people do that. And it's like, no, that is not how it's supposed to be done.
Mm-hmm. You don't kick them when they're down.
The only ones that Christ spoke harshly to were the religious people of the time, because they were not doing what they were supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a lot of religious people in our time that's not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yep. There's a lot of people out there that they don't act Christ-like.
No. And it drives people away because they can't separate Christ from those who claim to follow him. And that's a reason it's a huge responsibility.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's like not a perfect person.
No.
Still gonna be a mess sometimes.
All the time.
Yeah.
Every day I'm a mess. But it is that realization that I am a mess. That's why I needed Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
If I could have fixed me, he wouldn't have had to have done what he did.
Right.
But we are seeing something huge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that spiritual, paranormal experience that was felt by people, and some of them didn't even know what was going on. And it's like, that's what it is. It is that calling together people of like mind and like spirit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to pray for the ones that didn't get it.
Right.
I know where I've been in my life. I know how easily it would have been. Well, I know what I was like when I was in my early 20s and late teens, and I was so angry because I had seen the hypocrisy. I was so angry, and I couldn't separate religion from Christ. I couldn't. Mm-hmm. That's how I got into the occult. And that God had to bring me out by picking me up by the back of the neck.
And that has happened to a lot of people.
Yeah. And that's just a small portion of what I've been involved in that I shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Me and Paul, chief among sinners. Which is why I could never point a finger at another human being ever. But those he forgives much love him much. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And people are like, oh my gosh, he's got the religious channel. No, I actually had one of those, and it didn't. I did have a ministry channel on here. It was somewhere.
You did.
On YouTube. I couldn't do both. I couldn't do both. And just hit a point that it was just, I wanted this when I wanted as far as interaction with other people. Mm-hmm. I like when we can be silly. I like when we're not tied into just one particular genre.
Right.
We sail as the Spirit moves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We do.
So,
which is,
yeah.
Talking about Jesus to people at work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one person, because it's like, I told him that I'm a Christian. Mm-hmm. I'm a believer in Christ. I'm a follower of Christ. It's all about that personal relationship with Christ.
Yes. Yeah. It's nice when you have other people with the same mind and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And as far as the praise and that community and stuff. And some people are fortunate enough to be in areas where they can have that.
Right. And this area,
we haven't found any place.
It's not known to be that welcoming of a lot of stuff.
No, it's not. It's hard.
Yeah.
But that's where, as far as where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name. Mm-hmm. And we do that as family. Do that as, yeah.
We do. We do.
All the time, every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that you all were encouraged through the events, as horrible as they are. And this is a matter of, you never know how God is going to work, and that he truly can take a tragedy and make it into a blessing. Mm-hmm. We've seen that in our lives.
We have.
You want to tell the peoples where we can be found?
Yeah, you can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also, check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, at RolandaCOCWS. Thank you all for joining us, and have a good.
If you do need prayer, you can send it to cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. The email address is there in the description box. There's all kinds of mess in the description box.
The mess. It's a well worth look mess, but
it's a mess.
Yeah.
Know that you
it's
are
not
loved.
That much of a mess. It's well organized.
Well, sort of, kind of. Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. Mm-hmm. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yeah, people.
Bye.